So, this is not how I wanted to start off my videos, but my name is Kaylee and I have COVID-19. So, I will talk about my symptoms and how I'm doing now. So it all started on the 18th. I went to Costco for an eye exam, and I took out my contacts and put them back in, had my eye exam, all that, and then, so that was on a Thursday, and then 2 days go by, and Saturday, the 20th, I start coughing in the middle of the afternoon, and I had a sore throat, and I didn't really think anything of it until the next day. That night I had chills, and I woke up and I had a fever, and Sunday the 21st was Father's Day, so we had all these big plans. I was gonna go pick up my fiance's daughter and everything, and then I had a fever of 100.5. So I told him I couldn't pick her up and I just needed to go back to bed, and then I had a suspicion that I had the virus. So that day I took Dayquil. I was sleeping all day. I didn't take Tylenol because I didn't think I was supposed to take Tylenol. And then that night, same thing. I had chills in the middle of the night, and I never have chills. Like, the room was cold. That's how I like it. But I had the chills, and then I woke up again with a fever Monday, and by that point my fever was 101.5, and so I was like, I have the virus, I cannot work, I need to go get tested. So I checked the times of the testing sites the night before, because I knew I was going to go get tested on Monday to make it official. And so I feel like garbage. I just want to cry because I know I have the virus, and I know that means I'm out for like 2.5 weeks or whatever. So I went to go get tested. I stood in a line for an hour. Luckily I didn't have to stand outside because I do live in Arizona, and it's hot. It's the summer. So luckily I got there with enough time to stand inside the building, but they had the building like freezing cold, and I didn't bring, I should have known to bring like my AirPods or like whatever to keep me entertained, but I didn't. So I just stood in line for an hour, and then I was so nervous. They called me up to the front desk, and I told them I had to go through like a list of symptoms, and I was actually like embarrassed. Like, she was like, do you have chills, this and that? Oh, and she was like, did you have a rash? And I didn't know that a rash could be a symptom of the virus, but Saturday night I took a shower to try and feel better, and I got like a rash on the inside of my arms, like the inside of my legs, and I didn't think that was a symptom, but it was, because then she asked, she's like, did you have a rash? And I was like, wait, yeah, I did. And so I pretty much have most of the symptoms, like chills, a rash, a fever, achy, I can't remember what else was one of the symptoms, but I pretty much had them all. The only thing I didn't have yet was my loss of taste and my smell. So I was like, oh, I don't have it. Like, it's just a bug. Like, everybody kept asking me, like, can you still smell? Can you still taste? And I was like, yeah, I can. Like, I can. Like, that's not one of my symptoms. And so I wait there for like 10 minutes, and then they call me back, and I'm super nervous because I have heard like horror stories on the swab and all that. And so I go in this room with this nurse. She takes my temperature, my blood pressure, and then she just asked me what my symptoms are, and I basically told her, like, it started Saturday. I had a fever, but then when I got there, she took my temperature, and it was like 100.0 probably. I can't remember, but it was low, and it was like, okay, like, I don't have a fever anymore. And so she like did it right away. She had the swab all ready to go. I tilt my head back, and she put it in both of my nostrils and turned it 5 times and then took it out. It was super uncomfortable. The way I can explain it is like, you know when you go underwater and you get water up your nose, like that really like intense pain? That's what it felt like, and I still feel that every now and then. Like, I don't know if she hit something she wasn't supposed to, but I still feel that pain just in this nostril all the time now, and it's so uncomfortable. But I got the swab done. She said it was going to come back in 3 to 5 days, and I was hoping it was going to be on like closer to like 3 days. But after that appointment on Monday morning, I got there around like 8:30, and I left around 10. And then after that, I never had a fever again, which is great. I was like, okay, like I'm starting to feel better. I was still achy and all that, but my symptoms were definitely going away. Day 5, I lost my taste and my smell. And it is miserable. Like, you feel like you don't want to eat anything, you don't want to drink anything because you can't taste it. It's perfect for my diet, but like long term, I want to be able to taste and I want to be able to smell. So now we are on day 11, and I can taste. My taste and my smell has been going in and out, but 2 days ago, I'd say my taste came back pretty much for good. My smell, it's still not 100% there. I can smell some things most of the time, but some of the time I can't. I can definitely smell after like I blow my nose. So right now I'm dealing with the loss of smell still. And then just my nose always feels weird now. So and I've been taking Tylenol like in the morning and at nighttime. I've kind of been weaning myself off of it, where I didn't take any last night. I took some in the morning, but I have been isolated and it's miserable. I haven't been working. I'm hoping to go back next week. I don't know. They said to isolate and like stay in quarantine for 14 days. But I kind of want to get tested again, just for the peace of mind that it will come back negative, just so I can prove. Sorry, a bird just flew into the window almost. But I just want to prove that I don't have it, and then I can get back to my normal routine. Never in a million years did I think I would get the virus. I was wearing my mask everywhere I go. I work in the dental field, so like it's not weird for me to wear a mask. But I'm pretty sure I got it from Costco when I had my eye exam and I took my contacts out and put them back in. So that's where I think I got it. But yeah, I just wanted to explain my symptoms. Everybody's symptoms are completely different that I talk to. Some people that I know like have a hard time breathing and are coughing all the time. I coughed for like the first 2 days and then that went away. Like I never had any pressure in my chest. And I pretty much felt fine after like day 4. But we're on day 11 and I can taste. I have a little bit of a headache here and there, but other than that, like the only thing I'm dealing with is not being able to smell everything right away. So that is my COVID symptoms. I will keep you updated. And yes, I will be documenting my journey, and then I have a lot more video ideas that I want to do, and I will talk to you soon.